things. If you getting with a chick and y'all in a relationship, if she cannot submit to you and the things that you want her to do, she's not for you.
That's very true. Especially for a lot of masculine men, like me. We want to be the leaders. We want to be the leaders of the relationship. And, well, if there's a leader, there has to be a follower. There can't be two leaders, and there cannot be two followers. Two followers just do not work. One person will have to take leadership. And, you know, people say, well, why can't it just be 50-50? Okay, there's two leaders. There's going to be... Maybe it works for some people, but for most people, it doesn't work that way. You can't ever make a decision with two leaders, because guess what? Two leaders will have two different perspectives, and that's just not going to work. You're going to have to trust your partner's perspective and trust that their mental model of life is very accurate, and trust that if you listen to him, he will bring just the best form of joy in life.
Submission. So that's setting up a
I don't know. A lot of these people, you know, when they think of submission, it's like they think it's forceful. No, we've never insinuated that it's forceful, and if they don't do it, fine, that's absolutely okay. But we'll break up, right? If you're not gonna be willing to submit to me, that's okay. That's okay. We're not gonna force you. We're gonna break up, and I'm gonna find a girl who will. That's it.
bit of a sort of, shall we call it, an unhealthy relationship dynamic. Submission requires an imbalance of power or a...
Of course, but I just told you why it's healthy and it's supposed to be like that.
restriction of agency of one party, and that's not great. You know, we don't love to see that. Setting up a relationship on an uneven, coercive foundation. Nah. But let's hear him out. Let's see where he goes with this. I'm sure it'll be totally fine.
Example number 1. If you tell her, if you want to make this more exclusive, baby girl, no male friends. No male friends mean no big bro, no best friend, no Tommy.
No best friend that's gay and is a male. No, none of that, right? I'm gonna have to see some footage. No, I'm joking. But please, when I say no male friends, no fucking male friends, right? Don't hang out with this guy, because guess what? If we have some kind of argument that just doesn't make sense to me, like it's just a very illogical argument, I'm probably gonna ignore it. And guess what? Where that frustration's gonna go? Not towards me. So it's gonna go towards somebody else. And guess who's gonna be maybe that one person that pops in your head? This one guy, you know, who really understands me. My guy best friend who really understands me. Right? Start talking to him, all these problems, and he's gonna, you know, say the things that you just want to hear. And then guess what's gonna happen? If that happens enough times, no, but Tom is just better. He understands me more. No, Anonymous, you don't understand me. That's exactly what's gonna happen. And so, why the hell would I want that? If you have some kind of frustration, either be an adult and just understand where I'm coming from, or if I'm giving you, you know, counter arguments, which I should be in a argument, counter arguments that is very logical and breaks down basically everything you say, don't get mad. Be an adult, be mature, and well, understand that I'm right. That's it.
Me, no Jerry, none of it. If she doesn't comply with that energy, she's for the streets.
Yeah, that's how I go. And if you don't like the way that I'm going, you can go off to the side. That's okay. We can take a different course of life. And, you know, I know there are girls who are willing to be with me and understand why I have these rules. But if you're not that type of girl, okay, cool. You don't gotta be then. We were never meant to be together then. That's it.
she's not for you. Either she can be for you or she can be for the streets. It's all depending on who she is inside, what her DNA is going to tell her.
Okay, but obviously there's some problematic stuff going on here, so why don't we take a second to engage and break it down for any resident red pillars or black pillars in the audience. The issue with this guy's prescriptions here is that he's advocating for incredibly controlling behavior founded on insecurities.
No, it's not. It's just taking leadership of the relationship.
Now, are there situations where male friends try and end up swooping in on a relationship, and are concerns about infidelity with male friends sometimes valid? Yeah, of course they are. We can acknowledge that this is something that happens without making blanket statements about the lingering potential infidelity of every single woman on earth, and without setting up double standards about which partner ought to have license in the relationship to.
Very interesting when he mentions double standards. These are not double standards. These are rules. Sure, I'm gonna be hanging around as many girls as I want, and my girl, she can't hang around no man. The reason being is, has there ever been a set of rules where it makes sense for a party where one is superior and one is inferior? So, as an example, would a king have the same rules as a subject? Would a leader have the same rules as a follower? No, that's not how it works.
Banish the other person's friendships into the shadow realm for fear that they just cannot control their sexual desire.
Well, here, you know what I understand after talking to a lot of men and women. Men are horny bastards. 99% of them. And unless they're my brother, because here, if you're my brother, I have one brother out there. Shout out to him. I can't say his name, but he's an amazing guy, right? He can fuck my girl. I don't give a fuck. If he wants to fuck my girl that badly, go ahead. I don't care. Right? As long as that's not my wife. But he's never gonna do that anyways. We have that trust. He's never gonna do that in his entire lifetime. It doesn't matter if she's a 10 out of fucking 10. He will never snake me for a bitch. Ever. But let's say he does. For just a random girl that is my girlfriend. Cool. He fucks her then. You can have it. I don't care. He's my brother. And same thing. If my girlfriend wants to talk to my brother, go ahead. Go ahead. But when I'm talking about her male friends, I don't know her male friends. And what I know of most men, when they're quote unquote friends with girls, is that they want to get closer so that they can start dating. That's what a lot of men are trying to do. I was one of those guys. And I understood, how it's like. So when I see it around, and trust me, I see it all the time. And sometimes it fucking works. Sometimes it fucking works. Right? And it's stupid. I'm not gonna have a random fucking idiot on the streets just trying to slowly breaking down that relationship and just take my girl, right? No. I'm not even gonna allow that to happen. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna create a barrier. Hey, that's my girl. Please do not go near her. And she's not gonna be allowed near you. Or very close to you. She can talk to you. Just talk a little bit. But she's not gonna be near you. You're gonna stay her friend. Never anything closer. Not a best friend, not a close friend. Just a friend. Guess what happens when you get too close? We break up. That's okay. I'm not gonna have a girl that is super close with a guy that I don't know. That's not my brother. That's just weird.
What I hear when I hear him say this is, I was hurt in the past and now I'm projecting it onto my audience. I also hear, because of the pain from the past and my inability or unwillingness to come to terms with it, I do not trust women enough to be able to evaluate their own relationships with other people and how they might conflict with our own. And I think all the men watching me should also think like that if they don't already. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, man, this guy should just go to therapy. Go to therapy. And you would not be wrong to think that. I happen to agree. But what I've also seen lately is how telling men or men like this to just go to therapy.
Man, you gotta understand, therapy is asinine. I've lived 16 years in my life. I understand it's not a lot, and a therapist probably has lived more experiences than me. But I would never allow is someone to persuade me going to a path where I'm not happy about. I'm extremely happy about the path I'm taking right now. I'm having so much fun. It's been a blessing, and every time I work, I just have the most fun in my life. It's my passion. It's my zest for life. And I'm not gonna allow some random fucking guy or girl to persuade me that this is not the path I want to take, because apparently this path is healthier. That's fucking asinine. I will not allow that.
That can be counterproductive. They're usually not receptive to that because statements like that are just kind of played out, I guess. Again, they're true objectively, but just comes off as like a default response, right? Little dismissive, little condescending, not to mention the accessibility portion of therapy, how it's expensive, how it might not be available in wherever people are at. So my healthy boys only solution here is to just try to communicate with your partner. If you have insecurities or suspicions about the motivations of someone in your partner's life, it can't hurt to just talk to them about that. It's definitely not an easy thing to do, but bottling up your feelings and not talking about them can only make things worse. Especially
I understand where this guy's coming from. And I'm not saying that you can't talk to a girl about this. But guess what? Every single time you talk to a girl saying, these guys are going to try to hit on you, they don't believe you. They're like, no way. No way. We can do a very simple test. Get that phone out. Call them up. Hey, do you want to go out with me? Yes. And they'll believe you. That's it. That's all you gotta do. But guess what that's gonna do? That's gonna, to me, when I do that, right? I think my hypothesis when that happens is, or what will happen in that girl's brain is, she'll start, I think she's gonna start getting more emotional near you. Because, you're always right, and this. I don't know, I think she's gonna get too emotional. But I think at the same time she's gonna get more respect towards you. No, it's kind of hard. I've never tried to do it, so I wouldn't know what the girl's reaction would be. But from my guesses, it's gonna be like, oh, this man is gonna be great. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about that one later. Never mind the point. But still, right? I think, if you want to talk to her about it, that's okay. But she doesn't agree with it, then we can break up. That's it.
Especially if that results in you taking it out on someone that doesn't deserve it. I feel like that's like fairly common. And if in the case that you do end up getting cheated on, that's really fucked up. But the truth is, sometimes people just cheat on people and it's fucked up. And you can't use...
Exactly. If people just cheat on people, then why can I not reduce the risk significantly?
Those individual instances to just like paint an entire gender as being inherently biologically predisposed to acting sus, because if we did that for everyone, then every gender on the planet would be permanently branded as cheaters. And as we all know, once a cheater, always a cheater. So then everyone, everything, everywhere, all the time is everyone cheating and sucking and fucking, and it becomes a mess, and the earth is a hellhole even more than it already is. Okay, healthy boys rant over. Let's finish this clip.
I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, fellas. Some women just can't give up the male attention. No, some women just can't give up the big bro because the big bro imprinted her.
What? Sorry, what did he say? He said imprinted? Is that what I think? Does he mean like man, okay. I hate writing out just like a long, heartfelt message about how like empathizing with someone's like opinions, and then they turn out to be an absolute hobgoblin.
The big bro imprinted her.
Life.
I think that's why a lot of girls talk about their exes. It's always that first man they ever had, right? They took my first times, all this. And I think in a way, yes, a male can imprint something on a girl. And there has been many instances where I've seen, right, or I heard of this girl just keep talking about her ex, right? Oh, my first man was so much better. My first man just did this better. Oh, my ex was just so good. We deserve to be together. Like, it's dumb, man.
Life is pain. Let's just move on.
Never talk about these three things when with a woman. Your shortcomings in life. The reason being, women simply just don't care. They will just...
I don't necessarily agree. I think it's because women just don't get it. They don't get the same. They don't get the same. Sorry, they don't get the same problems we do. A masculine problem is very different from a feminine problem. Extremely different, and it's very hard for feminine women to understand a masculine man, especially their problems.
just happily wait at the finish line, and whoever is the winner gets to go.
Oh my god, I hate
Yeah.
this. I hate it so much. I really hate it. Dude, stop projecting onto your audiences from your past bad experiences with women. Challenge, difficulty level, impossible, difficulty level, legendary, through the fire and flames on expert, round 99, Nocturne Toten,
What the fuck is this guy talking about?
type beat. Sometimes you throw in cultural references to get comments and engagements, and you say, thank you so much to society.
Women don't necessarily appreciate the journey we may have had to take to get to where we are.
They really don't. That's why, girls, they always tell you, just relax. Why don't you just relax? Because if I relax, sweetheart, there's gonna be other men who's gonna be stronger than me, who's better than me, and I can't do that.
And this is because women expect us to be the backbone and to be strong.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm on my empathy arc. Let me just briefly engage with the marketplace of ideas on this one. I'll make it quick. It is absolutely true that society, which does include women, by the way, based society holds expectations of men to be strong and to be the backbone and to keep our emotions and insecurities inside.
Not really. What a lot of people say is actually, yes, yes, feel your emotions, understand them, but act accordingly to the best move, even in the worst situation. Yes, I'm gonna get extremely mad if my girl starts talking about random shit that just doesn't make sense. I'm gonna get extremely mad. But guess what? I'm not gonna be emotional, and I'm not gonna get angry with her. What's gonna happen is, okay, I'm getting extremely mad, and I'm not gonna act on anger, except this time I'm gonna start, acting with logic. Okay, so she is breaking one of my rules. Done. I will not let my anger use me and abuse things around me, because that's when it gets, because that's what happens with a lot of emotional men. When they have anger, they can't control it, and they become just this monster. A not very good monster. This, abusive piece of shit. But when a strong man comes by, right, and they experience anger, they can control it. They use their logic. Okay, I understand. Right? It's, it's not about suppressing it. It's about understanding it and act in a way where it's the best move.
Men feel this way. Like, for example, this dude here. And many women also feel this way or implicitly reinforce it in their actions. It's actually a construction of the red pillars, cover your ears, the patriarchy.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
That we should all be fighting to dismantle. In Bell Hooks' The Will to Change, Men, Masculinity, and Love, she addresses how this social construction affects all of us, writing, "Yeah, we're on bread tube mode, baby, including written citations and crap." The reality is that men are hurting, and that the whole culture responds to them by saying, "Please do not tell us what you feel." If we cannot heal what we cannot feel by supporting patriarchal culture that socializes men to deny feelings, we doom them to live in states of emotional numbness.
I don't know. I think yes, what they're saying is very true. But guess what happens when men start telling all their problems? And this is completely correct. Society tells them, no, don't tell us what you feel, because that's stupid. And because it doesn't make sense to us. Shut up. But the fact is, we can't change the rules. Or I'm fine with the rules, actually. I like being a strong man. I like it when men are not autistic and sped and emotional. I'm a professional, and I would like to be professional. I don't want to be a very emotional man. And I would hate to see other men like that. When I see an emotional man, I inherently feel disgust. It's inherent. I don't like it at all. And yes, I understand. Some men gets hurt. Some men, they need to express it in some way. But I think the best way to express your emotions are by either art or going to a gym. I think every man, when they go to a gym, they express some kind of emotion, or when they're fighting, right? Do some kind of sport, do some of this, get brotherhood around you. And you can talk to your brothers, because guess what? Your brothers are going to understand what you're saying. It's not going to be your women, it's going to be your brothers. Right? I have my brother. I talk with him everything. What I'm feeling like, my thought process, and everything around us. And yes, we should change it, but we shouldn't but it's very hard to see a man who is very emotional. I don't like it. I think there are a few exceptions, but 99% of the time, you gotta be a man, and when you feel pain, don't scream. That's it.
We construct a culture where male pain can have no voice, where male hurt cannot be named or healed. Just like a brief interjection from me, not bell hooks. There's a reason why basically the most mainstream and popular place where masculinity and stuff is being discussed is in the